Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Riverside Farms. Ooh, indicators are on. Right. Okay, slight change of plan. Bit weird. So I'm at field 73. This one here. This is our current contract. The one that I took out during the end of the, towards the end of the last video, wasn't actually there. It disappeared. It was one of those magic ones that as soon as you accept it, it just went from the list and you hadn't actually got a contract to do. So I picked this one instead. Frankly, I didn't feel the field was big enough to be worth getting the to get the hardy. So we're just going to do this one with this for now. And we'll see. As I mentioned in the last episode, this might be a little bit in and out in terms of footage. There's a lot of just continuing stuff going on. We're finishing off the onion harvest. We are doing the soybean harvest. We are doing what's the other thing that's going on? Hang on, something else. Oh yeah, seeding field 12 with sorghum. So there's lots of stuff just continuing. So how much? Why is it suddenly so weird? I suppose it's because he was going down a slope. Makes sense. Yeah, so I don't know whether we'll get a full episode out this afternoon. It might just be a little bit here, a little bit there, while we just do bits of jobs, to be honest. I did think I'd quite like to get the grass, start cutting the grass this afternoon to go into the bunker silo. So I might do some of that. I do need to make sure that I finish that seeding today, and already I've got weeds coming up, which of course also always makes life entertaining in such a vast field. So I'm not sure if I'll just get a giant weeder or if I'll use herbicide. We'll see. I might just get a giant weeder, to be honest. There are a few about. I've got a tractor here and there sitting around not doing a great deal, so fairly easy to do. But yeah, just thought we'd show a little bit of this, because again, I mean, we did that field over there, we cultivated that field, but it's a different field, slightly different part of the map as usual, and all that. So just thought we'd show a little bit of this. Helper E has stopped work unexpectedly. Tank is empty. So helper E is the seeder. He's run out of seed. Bizarrely enough, although at one point there was very little difference between, or apparent little difference between consumption of seed and fertilizer, that has changed over time. I don't know why that is. Might just be that the difference is exacerbated as he's gone across the field. Might just be that, I don't know, there's another reason for it, not sure. Anyway, let's go sort that out. Oh, there's an interesting thing. Right, okay, so I've got a weeder. I could regret trying to drive that around here, but let's give it a go, because the weeds have already spread quite a long way across the field. So I bought the fence down. I'm going to swap them over, because the fence should be able to pull the seeder, but the weeder takes another 50 horsepower. So let's, so I'm going to swap them over. I bought 2,000 litres of fertiliser and 1,000 litres of seed. Hopefully that'll be enough to finish. We've only got about a third of the field. It should be plenty, but let's see how we do. Wow, if I can get this close enough, then we'll be able to start filling it up. Oh, come on. There we go. That's one. Anyway, right, in the meantime, I suppose for the purposes of just getting it out of the way for a minute, this will do fine, and then we'll swap them over. Yeah, I could regret trying to drive this on these roads with hedge collisions on, but we'll see how we do. I mean, I suppose it's no longer than our massive truck that we've been using around the place, so I guess from that perspective, it's not the end of the world. But that seed pallet is going to be a problem that's magically spawned between the two parts of the weeder. If I open out the weeder, quickly drag it forward, and then fold it back in, there we go. That'll do. Right, so that's got that out of the way at least. Not particularly neatly, but still. So actually now, these cars are spawned a bit funny, haven't they? Never noticed that before. I'm pretty sure it doesn't always do that. Yeah, contracts. The first contract, spraying contract finished. I can see my plan of I'm only going to do bits here and there and roll this out into the. It's fine. We'll get there eventually. Might just be the last couple of days will be nothing but contracting because I'll get everything else done. But while there are jobs to be done, I'm just going to do them, frankly. And you know, if it's something that is a bit different or a bit unusual or whatever else that I haven't done yet or whatever, then I'll show it. And I hope that works for you. But yeah, so I thought we'd get this. I'm not going to show you the convoy of me driving back and forth. Oh, for follow me on console. Seriously. But yeah, so the spray is finished on the field that we were on earlier. We've now picked up another spraying contract actually on a grass field over in the other far corner of the map. I think both harvesters are still running. You know what, for purposes of getting these to the field, I'm going to keep them as they are. And I know that's a bit daft, because that actually means that it won't be seeding while waiting. I might put time down to ×1 actually. I'd really like this seeding done in a day. I also need to make sure that the weeds that I've got, mind you, I'll switch off growth overnight again like I did yesterday. So I also need to make sure that I pick up the weeds before they turn. Now I've paid for the weeder. I want to make sure I don't have to put herbicide down as well. That'd be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? But yeah, so also need to sell some milk. I need to keep an eye on the milk prices. So yeah, putting time down ×1 just for a little bit might not be a bad idea. The grass we can just cut. Ooh, ouch. And you see why I'm doing this with the seeder and not, I just fancied that using the big tractor with the really big weeder, probably not a good idea. Whereas actually the slightly smaller, narrower tractor with a bigger weeder is probably a better idea. But yeah, so actually suddenly feeling time pressure a little bit. I mean, look, we don't have to sell the milk today. It'd be nice to, because I think the price is going up and it may start to drop if we're not quick enough, but we'll have a look in a second. I'm not going to bother getting another liquid container. We'll manage with the one that we've got and just do a couple of 3 trips. It's no big deal. It's 25,000 litres. Currently we've got, I don't know what we've got now, but when we checked in the last video, we had like 45,000 litres or so. Right, slightly unconventionally, I'm going to park that slap bang in the middle of the field. Let's jump back to the fen. I'll bring that over and do what I said I was going to do instead of what I just did and not have you see the whole journey. Right. That was relatively painless actually. I did have to dive into the hedge a couple of times because actually while the tractor's narrower, actually the weeder itself is really wide on the roads, so actually maybe I should have done it with the tractor because actually they would have been about the same width, but never mind. Right, I have a feeling that locks out once you start folding it out, so actually manoeuvring it around shouldn't be too bad to neaten it up. This thing is huge. Look at the width of that. Mind you, it needs to be, because look at the size of field we got to do. Take those off. Right, let's see if we can get this out the way and get the seeding started again. Where were we? Here we go, look. Unfold it. Annoyingly enough, we may need to keep the weeder overnight. Which of course will incur additional costs, but good. It doesn't seem to be struggling at all. Excellent. Sorry. But yeah, because actually the weeds started to come sort of at this point in the field and then go down, which means that probably tomorrow morning at some point we'll get the weeds again on the top half of the field, which is fine. So we'll just leave a tractor and the weeder here overnight. This is a pretty cool looking setup. I went for this, the biggest it will go, which is pretty huge. Starting to get a bit dull. I put times down ×1, just, you know, I'll do some stuff off screen as well, but I just thought, I just thought we'd, not easy, not easy. Right, let's lower it down. Wowzers, okay, that's quite slow. Fortunately, of course, it's really wide, so it's fine. Just need to bring it over just a little bit. There we go. Right, I need to go and keep an eye out. I have a feeling the onion harvester might be full again, and I need to go and get the fertilizer sprayer over to its next job. Oh, there you go. Helper F has a full grain tank. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that. Honestly, I think the view from the back's more impressive. I tend to do a lot of screenshots in the front, but actually I think in this case, that's the cool view. Going slightly off track. Oh no, that was a rubbish shot. What am I doing? That's a better shot. Too much in the shadows now. Well, this ain't going to be a quick job. I mean, it's doing good width. I mean, crikey, look at that. It really is doing good width, but it's quite slow at 7 miles an hour. It's just what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Garage. Yeah, its operating speed is 7 miles an hour. Okay, all right. I mean, it shouldn't have a problem with power. I don't know what power I've got. What power have I got in this tractor? How big is it? It's got to be more than 350 by a very long way, right? What did I go for? Yeah, 530. In fact, actually, even the fence should have been fine. So I could have used either, but it just made more sense, I think, to use the one with double wheels on the bigger piece of equipment. Just gets more traction. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Let's face it. Nice. Seeder's going great guns over there. Obviously, it's going that bit quicker. Okay, I'll go and empty the onion harvester. Okay, it's taken me quite a while to get this back over here. There's the weeder ready for the next set of weeds coming on that field, which may not be till tomorrow now. So field 76 is where we're headed. It's not easy to find, but it looks like there might be another farm up here that we've missed, Springwood Farm. It's a very steep-sided field, that's for sure. Now, not sure how we get to it, but it looks like there's even another yard up here, which I didn't even know was here. This is quite pretty. Looks like it might be a yard for you to build. Just a sort of, an open space. Okay, so there's no, I don't think there's a sort of track. We'll find it as we go around, but this is a very interesting field. Look at this. So this is our field. Okay, more light on the subject. We're in a bit in the shade. This is a lovely spot, isn't it? Look at this. Could get that. Now then, how are we going to look at the slope on it? I should go buy this field. Fancy doing the potato harvest on here. No, I knew it would be incredibly challenging because of the angle, but actually the size of it as well, But yeah, so can't see still. Yeah, it doesn't give out an awful lot of illumination at the back, but I think we're all right. Yeah, we're okay. Plenty. Move over a little bit. All right, so let's do that. Oh, look, there's the Missy B symbol down there. Logo, icon, whatever you want to call it. I wonder if there's some significance to that being there. But there is a certain number on the map when you've got to find them all or something. I'm not aware of anything. Yeah, so there's what could be the yard. Wow, it's a big space too. Hey, that'd be a really nice place to set up a farm. What a lovely space. I can't believe I'm just finding this now. Oh, well, never mind. Well, I've heard a rumour, and it is a rumour, but it was from a pretty reliable source, that this might be coming at 22. So maybe we'll come back and just build a farm on it on 22 and try it out. I'm just going to sort of go round the field. It's a bit of a funny shape, but I thought we'd show a bit of this because actually it's kind of fun. But I do need to go and get started on the cutting the grass. Though to be fair, we could do that tomorrow. That's not urgent at all. Not urgent at all. Get it done tomorrow. Needs to be. We can even get that done and cut the corn and get all of the chaff done and in the bunker compacted and covered. I've not had anyone complaining they've run out or they've filled up or they've stopped or got stuck or anything. So I'm assuming that all three of our workers, we've got one on the onion harvester, one on the, how steep this grass field is here. That'd be quite cool as well. I do like this map. There's lots of very interesting areas. I wonder if we've got enough spray. Mind you, we're not far from the farm, so if I need to go fill up, it's fine, I can do. Yeah, lots of interest. That's a lovely field for grass. Be lovely work on there. There's loads of areas. It's really good, because what you wouldn't do is bale that field probably, unless you could do round bales and go across the field, then you'd be fine. But I mean, you wouldn't want to be stacking square bales. Ooh, tree in a bad place. Tree in a bad place. Okay, that's going to be a bit awkward, but that's not too bad. There we go. We're going to run out. Yeah, possibly. Well, I don't know. It's not as wide as you might think, I suppose. Oh, just right. Still got the beacons on. Don't really need the beacons on. Whoa. Controller drift. Lovely. Comes and goes a little bit. I really ought to use my wheel more often. I'm just a bit lazy. It's so much easier to do it with the controller. But yeah, there is a rumour it's coming FS22. It'd be awesome to play a bit more, because I say there are so many interesting areas, different fields of funny shapes and sizes and in different scenarios, and great design map, fantastic. But I do want to play Attingham Park as well. I want a little bit of experience just playing on that map, and I'm already concerned that I may not, if that comes to 22, I may want to continue on it on 22, because FS22 is not far away now. I already want to carry over No Man's Land. I'm not sure I'll want to carry over Attingham Park as well. And then, of course, there's a question of what I do with Spectacle Island and my sort of vlog series, Farmer's Life, which it's not overly popular. Some people seem to like it, but it's never out there in terms of view numbers. Not that any of my videos are particularly out there in terms of view numbers, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm actually quite pleased with that series. I've enjoyed what I've done, especially the storyline I put in Cam on little Capini on Spectacle Island. I've kind of enjoyed doing that, and it's just about to come to fruition. So actually it might already have done by the time this video comes out, to be fair, because I'm behind on recording it. I'm well ahead on recording this one, partly because actually I don't have space to have Attingham Park and this one downloaded at the same time, and I don't want to update Spectacle Island yet, so I don't want to uninstall that and reinstall it, and frankly I'm just not going to risk it with No Man's Land. I'm sure it'd be fine, there's no reason to assume, but I've been playing that for so long, I'm not going to risk updating a map. Uninstalling and reinstalling the map, just in case it causes an issue. It shouldn't do. I've not heard of it, but I'm just not risking it. So I thought, and as I've said before, sometimes it helps to focus a little bit more on a particular map for continuity of gameplay and for ease of me remembering what it was on Earth that I was doing in the last video. So I've focused on this one, and then I'll get on to Attingham Park and mingle that in with everything else. Not sure we're going to have enough. You know, it's a contract, so we don't have to do every bit of the field, so let's not. Let's leave that thin little strip we've got there, because I don't think we'll need to do it. Anyway, I've sat and, mind you, I don't need to cut the grass today. You know what? It's fine. I was going to say I've sat and jabbered enough. But equally, kind of enjoying this. It's got a great slope to it, this field. It really does. There we go. I think we'll just have enough, might even just have enough to do that last little strip. And I will do it. I like to do a proper job. And we go. Contract on field 76 nearly finished. Seems that all of our workers are happy. Actually, let's just have a quick look and see how they're getting on. Curious. So yeah, there'll be some top and tailing of the weeding to do. Yeah, worker C is pretty much nearly there. Interesting enough, there are weeds around the edge of that field. That's a bit weird. Onion harvester is still going and still got a bit to do as well. But he'll need emptying again before he finishes. The harvest on field 31's done. And obviously still haven't decided what we're going to do about field 30 yet. And then, of course, we've got to do our potato harvest. So basically, we'll have this to harvest when it's grown. That'll need another fertilisation at some point. Grass to harvest, corn to harvest when it's ready, potato harvest to do. Beyond that, obviously, once the onion harvest is done, I'm not going to do anything more with that field. But then, of course, we'll have the sorghum to harvest as well when that field's ready. So still, you know, there's a bit to do. As I mentioned in the last video, last time I checked the compost, it was 28% ready, so that'll be about a third ready. There you go, we finished the contract. I might do some of the mowing during the evening. I used to do a bit to get me up to 8 o'clock in the dark, you know, when it's the lights dropping. So I might just put time back up to ×5. I'll get that done this evening. If I do a headland all the way around and get that picked up and into the silo, and then we can finish some of that in tomorrow's video. Actually, no, don't unfold it. Don't fold it, rather. While, you know, in case anything else is, we're waiting for anything else to do. At least the onion harvest to be finished. So I guess at the beginning of the next video, we'll be selling the onions, the last of the onions, and then that harvester can go. I can sell it, may as well, no point hang on to it. There we go, done. Let's go on the menu. I can see the weeds coming back down the field. 6,500, thank you very much. Lots of weeding jobs, interestingly. Sowing's possibility. Actually, I'm not using my seeder at the moment. Actually, sowing is a possibility. That wouldn't be a bad idea. There's another fertilising contract. Borrow or just accept? Just accept. Let's take that one. We'll do that another time. Or maybe I'll do it off screen. I could just refill the caffeine and do that. We shall see. Yeah, so this is this buildable area. It's quite nice. It doesn't look perfectly flat to me. But yeah, that'll make a nice little yard, or put some, you know, in FS22 if the map comes, it might be a good place to put some factories, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, wow, I wasn't planning on finishing the video with that, but I think we'll finish the video here. It's going to be a bit of a muchness, to be honest, here forward. Finishing off various bits and dabs, I'll get those finished. So I might get headland done on the grass field, get this contract finished, a couple of bits I can do during the evening, and maybe I'll even sell a first lot of milk or something. But anyway, I'll get this back to the yard and get it refilled and ready. And but I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And otherwise, take care of yourselves. and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Smooth ending. Oh dear. Yeah, bad visibility. Really? Okay. Anyway, see you later.